Generated melatonin for premier brain, sleep, immune, and antioxidant support. Buy 2 bottles, get the third one free. Call 800-370-3447.
And listen to the Healthline Radio Show Monday through Friday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 5:30 Eastern, here on CRN.
Flying high at 60,000 feet on the very cusp of outer space, he is strapped in and ready to dive bomb the pernicious peddlers of the pornographic politic. So run for cover. It's the Fred Dryer Radio Show.
Run!
Incoming! And now, here is your host, Fred Dryer.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. So great to be with you. I must say, I'm very excited, Michael Horn, to be behind the great microphone today here at the Great Beast.
The graphic CRN microphone where you command such a presence, by the way.
Well, I do, and the airplane seems to know it. It responds beautifully to my touch, as many do. I won't go into that.
All right, I don't want to even get into that.
Now,
if I can, please. Thank you very much. There you go. Thank you.
The beauty is that your side of the plane, the cockpit, is clean as a whistle.
It is. I've cleaned it all up. I put armor all in here. I took everything and I just really fixed it all up, including the altimeter right there. Read that. Take a look right there. What's it say?
Ooh, altimeter today shows 57,089.
You see that? Isn't it easier to read now that I cleaned it up for you?
Wow.
Like that?
I thought that looked like a 6.
Look at these here.
57,089.
Look at these. I brought some of my girly pictures with me. Take a look at those. Are those nice? You like that?
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey,
with her hands over her head.
Okay, never mind.
Very provocative.
That's Susan Rice.
I'm going to paint that on the front of my car, like they did the old P-51s.
Yeah, the P-51s.
They put the girls on the nose of the airplane.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, right above, right below the exhaust.
When we land this bucket of bolts, let's do that on this.
Yeah, it's a good idea. We can armor all the tires and have Tommy, clean out the cockpit. I'm sure there'll be sunflower seeds all over the place.
Tommy is with us today. Tommy Lasorda is here. He's doing a good job. Tommy, thanks for being with us. Hey, Tommy, you're very quiet back there, but as long as we have good food on there, we had fine cuisine.
I want to tell you something about this Puig. This guy, let me tell you something about hitting baseballs. You talk about Bonds up there in San Francisco hitting baseballs in the ocean. Puig, let me tell you something about Puig. Puig is hitting them into the left seat bleachers out there. They're not throwing them back
Tommy,
either.
that's right. That's the newest Dodger, Puig, who apparently Ned
Who let
Colletti-
him on the airplane?
I don't know. More importantly, what was Ned Colletti doing hiding this guy Puig from playing the game? I mean, bring this guy out. He's pounding the baseball.
No,
Tommy,
Ned,
you're right.
Ned's down at the Tracton's restaurant half the time,
Is that where he hangs out?
Yeah, he's talking to Don
I'm
Paul.
Ned Colletti.
He's talking to Don Paul about the 47 Ram season.
47 Rams? What happened to that? Was that a good year?
It was not a good year. It was not a good year for our guys.
That's when Ned Colletti's
they
dad
moved out
ran the
here.
club.
They moved out here in '46.
Yeah, so this was the first year.
They moved out here on my birthday.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's why you were destined to play
July
Fred Dryer
6,
for the
1946.
then Los Angeles Rams,
That's
now
correct.
the St. Louis Rams.
The Ram Horns, the old LA Ram. And Don Paul's had the original Ram Horn restaurant out here in
He did?
Encino.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
That's some good information. You're loaded up with this stuff.
The Ram Horn restaurant. Don Paul used to go in there. He'd be at the bar. Hey, Don.
That was my uncle, Mr. Horn, was part of that. The Ram Horn restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's the music. And is that the show?
Yeah, thanks for being with us.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Tommy, let's go to the ball game. You ready to go?
This hour zoomed by.
No, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do have a lot to talk about. There's gun stuff here that, Obama's decided he's just going to give you away your Second Amendment rights.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Kathleen Sebelius is in the news, and
Susan Rice.
Susan Rice, Hillary Clinton's facelift. She looks like Greta Van Susteren now.
That's good. Is it Susan Rice or Susan Mahatma Rice that is taking over? It can't be the same Susan Rice that lied to us about Benghazi, is it? It is the same one?
Yeah, it's the same one. It's the same one, and she just decided to, wear a different dress and thought people would not recognize her.
It's the Fred Dryer radio program, the PM show with Fred Dryer. Weekend edition on CRN. Stay with us.
Hi, folks. This is Fred Dryer for Regenix. Like so many people today, I was losing my hair. I was literally watching it fall out, jumping right off the top of my head. So I said, that's it, enough. I called Regenix. I still remember that first day I walked through those doors. It was magical. It changed my life. When they introduced me to their patented hair analysis program, I immediately saw why I was losing my hair. Through their microscopic examination, I saw Gray's sickly scalp. I had no circulation. The hair follicles themselves were caked and clogged with a dirty, oily sludge. I was so relieved. Finally, there was hope. So now, after 6 years on the Regenix program, my scalp is pink and clean and my hair is growing back. It makes so much sense. Don't wait. Call Regenix right now. Pick up the phone and put an end to your worries. Start by calling 1-800-REGENIX. That's 1-800-REGENIX, or go to Regenix.com.
It's the PM Show on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn, once again the star of our show, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thank you so much. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Great to be with you. I hope you had a fabulous week, and you got through Memorial Day, which was a tremendous day. I really enjoyed listening to the ceremonies on the radio and then watching certain things on the national news. Although we didn't see a lot of a White House celebration of Memorial Day.
We don't see a lot from the White House. Here's the thing. Arguably, I do believe that President Barack Obama has officially become the worst president in the history of the United States. He has beat out
Johnson.
The goober president. What's his
Carter.
Carter. Old peanut farmer.
I think Lyndon was the worst president up until now.
Really? I thought Carter had the gas lines.
He grew the government.
Well, that's good. Maybe he's
by about 10,000%. But he was the president who handed out the most ink pens to the civil rights movement.
Well, here's the thing. It's like this Barack Obama. This Susan Rice lies to us about Benghazi. Tries to pass off that this whole thing was a reaction to some film on the internet when it was actually a terrorist attack, and she gets rewarded now as the National Security Advisor of the United States, a position that can't be voted on or approved. I told somebody today, what do you think about Susan Rice as the National Security Advisor? And they said, well, she'll never get approved. Oh, guess what? You don't have to be approved. The president can put you and appoint you as a National Security Advisor. So we have a liar or someone who does not check facts as our National Security Advisor. I feel very safe.
Well, nobody has an opinion about it either. No one's just saying what you just said.
Aren't they appalled by this? I mean, come on. And he's throwing it. He's the kind of guy that says, I'll do it whatever I want to do. He's that kid in the block that says, I'll do what I want to do because it's my baseball. And he's going to go ahead and just throw this woman down our throats.
Well, this entire culture has accepted having everything thrown down their throats, and including this failed president who hates his country. I've said this to you many times before. What is going on now with the IRS, what is going on with the press and
investigating the press,
and what's going on in the judicial branch of our government,
the Benghazi lies, and we still don't have the story.
By the way, before I move on, how has anybody seen this terrible movie, this terrible tape that demeaned Muslims?
Yeah,
has anybody seen any of it? Has anybody asked a reporter? Has anybody asked Chris Matthews or Rachel Maddow or any of these guys? Have you seen the film? Have you seen the tape? Why can't we see it?
Well, this guy's still under arrest for doing nothing, just making a film.
He's here in L.A. I mean, he's in jail.
I know,
for breaking his I think parole or something.
Yeah, parole.
It's not because he made a movie.
No, he broke his parole.
Anyway, but I mean, this is why I am so pessimistic. Ultimately, I have to say I'm optimistic about things because you want to be optimistic going forward, and you want to try and convince as many people that it is optimistic to go forward. But the reality of it is that when you see so much at such a scale, where the doings and the goings on in the government are overlooked by the mainstream media, and nobody cares about anything, nobody's commenting. Here's a picture of Chris Christie, this toad. I loathe this guy. I really resent him because he is, to me now, getting to be the guy. He's going to be the next Romney. He's going to be the next Republican that tells people that he's going to speak hard and he knows how to turn things around. And now that he's losing weight, he's really going to be shape up and get ready to be the president and the nominee. But he's out there in Park City, Utah, with everybody, currying the favor of all the money people, and nothing has changed in the Republican Party whatsoever.
They're not talking about any of these things.
He should be talking about what you just said.
Exactly.
Somebody there.
Somebody should be saying, why is
Paul
Susan
Ryan.
Rice in there? What's going on? How can you put somebody who was a known liar? How can you even consider her for this when she didn't get the Secretary of State? She got voted down. How can you throw it back in our face and put her as the National Security Advisor? I mean, give me a break. You can say what you want about anybody in the past administration. These guys at least had some credibility behind them. And this woman is a total liar. And this thing you sit down.
So is the president.
Well, yeah.
I mean, how far do you want to go?
Well, you look at this. A known the liberal friend of mine even could not answer the question. It's in total disgust over this IRS thing. I mean, these people spent $50 million. Have you seen those videos of those guys from the IRS doing line dancing while they're sitting there sucking up all the money they can get?
Yeah, the IRS, $4 million.
Targeting Tea Party people because they don't agree with whatever they think the government should be. $50 million spent on people doing freaking line dancing and special parties and special events. $50 million of our dollars. That's a lot of money.
Really understand one thing that I've been talking about with these folks in this listening audience for a long time, and that is this president promised to fundamentally change America. He is doing it, and
Yes.
the instrumentation by which he's doing it is through the government unions. All the unions that you could possibly imagine, he has given the marching orders to the heads of the unions to go out and do whatever it is that you need to do to turn things around and change America forever. And believe me, we are not going to be mad at you if you get caught. Just deny it and pretend it never happened, and just say, "Holy smoke! Somebody, it's the old shill game." Where did you see someone gambling out here? I didn't see anybody
I
gambling
didn't see a
out
thing.
here.
Did you?
Did you see a thing? I
No.
didn't see anything. And it's happening right in front of people, and people in the press, which to me is they are the criminal elite in this country is the press. It is absolutely the most disgraceful thing you could ever imagine that I ever thought I would be a witness to.
Nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to go after the story.
But they don't care because it's a business model. They're helping this president do what he wants to do because after the 8 years is over, whatever comes out of it, the press is going to be able to say, you know something? We put this guy in twice. We were part of helping blacks feel good about themselves. He's a black president, the first black president, and we allowed him to do anything he wanted to do, and that is screw the American people, break the law, lie, have people killed because of it, do anything he wants. At the end of 8 years, we wash our hands of it. And that's what it is. They aren't going to do or say one thing. They're not going to go
I hope
after
you're wrong.
Holder.
It's unraveling now. I hope you're wrong.
No. Well, of course we hope we're wrong. But what it looks like is that if you don't have help from people who are supposed to be the leaders, Chris Christie and Paul Ryan and Rand Paul and Marco Rubio, all these people who are supposed to be the current state of the art of conservatives, what they're being given every day by this liberal politic is the power of the narrative. The Republicans could take all of this and drive these people into the ground if they knew and understand what the narrative was, but they don't, and Romney was proof of it. All right. When we come back, there's more stuff going on here, and we'll get into it, folks. Don't go away.
Stay with us on the PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. That is the one and only Fred Dreyer. We're here with you. You can email Fred incoming at crni.net. Follow him on Facebook, facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer.
Attention business owners, if your company is having trouble paying its bills, there are many ways your creditors can hurt you. They start by calling you at work, then at home. Then they call other family members that guaranteed payment. They can sue you, take your assets, freeze your bank accounts, and threaten your very way of life. If you don't handle these matters properly, you could lose everything. The good news is that you don't have to live like this anymore. Corporate Turnaround has helped thousands of small business owners reduce their debts and buy them the time they needed to pay their creditors. Rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau, Corporate Turnaround will immediately go to work handling your most difficult debts and keep your creditors from putting you out of business. The call is free and so is our consultation. That's right, we'll provide you with expert advice right now absolutely for free as part of this special radio promotion. Visit us now at profitfromdebt.com or call 1-800-505-3894. 1-800-505-3894. 1-800-505-3894.
CRN Digital Talk is celebrating 30 years on the air, and to commemorate, we're publishing our quarterly online magazine, complete with lifestyle articles, recipes, and travel tips from network hosts like Dr. Parthenia Grant, Carell, and Michael Horn. To find out how to sign up and get your own copy of the magazine, visit our website at crntalk.com or our Facebook page at facebook.com/CRNTalk.
Tired of calls, levies, and liens from the IRS or hiring others who don't get the job done? Call Wall & Associates and you'll never talk to the IRS again. The IRS has a program to eliminate tax debt, and Wall & Associates professionals are trained to maximize its benefits for you. You always speak with a live person with real support and real knowledge. We've helped thousands of taxpayers like you settle their tax debt with the IRS for a fraction of what they owe. We solve tax problems. Call Wall & Associates now. 800-720-6036. We have the professionals who know how to solve tax problems. If you owe money to the IRS, your tax problems are not going away by themselves, and the passage of time will only make matters worse. Act now, before it's too late. Call Wall & Associates right now to speak to a professional tax relief agent. Call 800-720-6036. That's 800-720-6036. Again, 800-720-6036.
Hey, new kid, you need to know something about me. I love Honeywell products. No matter what the job, they've got safety covered. Grainger is where we get it, with names you know and trust. Uvex safety glasses, Howard Light hearing protection, North Respiratory, Miller Fall systems. Love them. Honeywell, recommended for safety, trusted by me. Get it? Got it? Good. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back to the PM Show Weekend Edition. We call it the Weekend Edition because we do it live on Wednesdays at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern, but it airs throughout the weekend on replays, radio stations, cable systems, AHA Radio, TuneIn Radio, etc. So email Fred Dreyer, the star of our show, incoming at crni.net. Once again, here's Fred Dreyer.
Thanks so much, Michael Horn. All Altimeter shows, 57089. We're right on target here.
Dude, I wanted to say one other thing. With all these scandal things going on here, and that terrorist attack that wasn't a terrorist attack in Benghazi, and the IRS scandal here that's shaking the country, and the looking into records illegally of AP reporters and Fox News reporters and all that stuff. Everybody thought that Romney was going to win the election. I think they should investigate the actual election, because I think it's real easy to lose the ballots, to throw things around. I'm telling you, it's from talking to everybody. Everybody thought Romney was going to win, and he did not. And I'm thinking something fishy happened there, because everything fishy is going on with this administration that's in power now. I think the guy's a crook. Sorry, that's what I think.
Well, he is. He is a crook, and the fact remains is the Republican Party is so out of step and out of tune. They don't even know. Again, I keep saying the word narrative, and it's critical to understand. If you don't know what the narrative is and how to capture it and how to keep the conversation and the culture going on a political front, you're not going to win many hearts and minds when it comes to election time. And Mitt Romney failed many, many, many times in his attempt to gather any type of momentum. I don't want to go over through the autopsy again, but, the Republican Party is about to recreate the same mess with Chris Christie and all this other list of people here. It's just the same model. It's the same car with different drivers. You're not gonna win this race until you look
the car.
Until you look at who's wrenching the car.
Exactly right.
You got to get these people out of here. This was my talk when I spoke to the young Republicans over here. In April.
Yeah, it's not like it's stellar. Like the Republicans are the saviors of everything, and the Obama administration's the losers. I mean, bottom line here is that no one's stepping up to lead the country right now. We need some leadership. We need the president, if he's there now. If he's so innocent, why is he not talking? He loves to talk about everything. He talked about the thing in Florida there where the kid was killed or whatever, the Trayvon Martin thing. He's certainly spouted off about that before any facts were gathered, and we were sure, as he likes to make sure, we weren't sure about that, and he was spouting off about it. So why isn't he spouting off about the IRS and the AP and saying, hey, this was a terrorist attack, and you know what, we did know about it, and I was sleeping and I didn't wake up in time to go ahead and say drop a bomb on these guys.
Yeah, he did. He did come out and say, holy cow, something's going on here. We can't tolerate this. And that's all he did. He says, I didn't know anything about that. I just found out about this.
So lead us.
You mean to tell me the IRS is snooping on people?
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
You're the leader. Lead us now. Every day you should be talking to us about what's been uncovered.
Yeah,
but it's not happening. There's no leadership, and there's nobody
There's nobody doing any investigative reporting.
Yeah, it's
zero. True. Nobody's talking about anything.
Woodward and Bernstein.
And I was looking at Greta Van Susteren the other day, and she and Sean Hannity, and I'm thinking, do I have to rely on these two sources to tell me?
Yes.
About what the hell is going on?
The answer is yes.
This thing should be. If this was George Bush,
oh my gosh, it'd be the mainstream media.
This would be impeachment. This would be headlines every single day. Every newspaper, every agency, you would be hit 24/7 with the bombardment of this impropriety. You got to get them out, and of course the Republicans would not know what to do with it. They don't know how to fight. It's like they said. A friend of mine was in the horse business, and he said, "See that horse right there? That horse right there. When he gets up in the front, when he breaks to the front, he looks around and realizes, wait a minute, where is everybody? And he falls back where his friends.
That's it.
He wants to go back into the crowd. He's happier when he is with his friends. He doesn't want to lead. That's the Republican Party. Now look, we have a giant shark that was
tell them about this. What's this?
That was caught off the. Right off the coast here, right here, Orange County.
We do the show from
Beach.
Hollywood, California, Huntington Beach, California.
Yeah, I used to swim down there.
Did you swim?
Yeah,
swim with the sharks? Didn't you write a book?
He looks very familiar to me, this shark, by the way.
He does look familiar.
Yeah, he looks very familiar to me.
You look familiar?
No, he looks very, very
you used
familiar.
to throw him sardines while you were out there training with the Rams?
I'd flop around and he'd come up. I'd say, look, not today, out, and he'd take off.
That's it.
But this shark is very serious, 1,300 pounds.
1,300 pounds, boy.
1,300 pounds, and he's serious.
Wait, you just got Tommy Lasorda to got up on the scale.
Yeah, they pitched him, a real nice hook, and they gaffed him aboard. And believe me, this guy is huge. And when we get back, I'll read you some of this.
All right, we'll talk about the sharks. We got a lot more to talk about. It's the weekend edition of the PM Show with the one and only Fred Dreyer. Email Fred, incoming at crni.net. That's incoming at crni.net. Do you own a car you no longer want and you don't have the time or energy to sell it? Donate your car to Heritage for the Blind. Your donation is tax deductible, and your car will be towed away for free. Call 800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, trucks, vans, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. Call now. Your donation will help those in need. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call now to donate your car. And as a special thank you, you'll you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now. Call 800-785-9618. Donating is easy. It's tax deductible, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher by donating. Call 800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
The LA Wine Fest returns to the historic Raleigh Studios Saturday, June 8th and Sunday, June 9th. Wines, spirits, and brews from around the world will be on tap. Great food trucks, music, hip boutiques, fun seminars, and celebrity cooking demos make this a great day out to share with friends. Your fun is also a good deed. The LA Wine Fest is proud to benefit Food Forward, a local not-for-profit helping feed LA's hungry. Go to lawinefest.com for more information and to buy tickets now. See you June 8th and June 9th at Raleigh Studios.
Hi, this is Larry Minetti. I played Rick on Magnum P.I. This winter, you've got to escape to Hawaii and stay at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort. Come lounge by your choice of 5 beautiful sparkling swimming pools. Surf or swim on Waikiki's whitest white sandy beach. Enjoy water sports at Duke Kahanamoku Lagoon. Visit the shops. Dine at any one of Hilton Hawaiian Village's favorite restaurants and watch awesome fireworks on Friday nights. Hilton Hawaiian Village is Waikiki's only true destination resort. With more of everything, folks. Book today at HiltonHawaiianVillage.com or see your travel agency. And don't forget to say, Rick sent me.
Listen, if you're considering buying hardwood flooring, don't do anything until you've written down this number and received your free Lumber Liquidators catalog.
The flooring was high quality with an unbeatable price tag.
Call in the next 10 minutes to get your free catalog.
What I bought at Lumber Liquidators is of vastly higher quality than flooring I had installed 6 years ago, and for a fraction of the cost.
So if you want great hardwood flooring at unbeatable prices, trust Lumber Liquidators. We buy direct from the mills. Call right now to get our flooring guide and catalog absolutely free. It's filled with top quality hardwood flooring, including solid hardwoods, laminates, and bamboos, and even Bellawood pre-finished flooring with a 100-year transferable warranty. The same floor Bob Vila has in his home. This free catalog is full of tips, ideas, and our flooring project list to make your buying decisions easy. Hurry, call right now to get a copy of this free guide and catalog. Call 800-542-0122 to get your free copy now. 800-542-0122. 800-542-0122.
Hi, everyone. This is Robert Conrad reminding you to join me each week on CRN for the PM Show with Robert Conrad. We'll read your emails, take your calls, and chat with some of the hottest stars in Hollywood. Tune in Thursdays to the PM Show with me, Robert Conrad, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Tune in to the PM Show with Robert Conrad, 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Yeah, check out James West there. He'll be with you Thursdays here. This is the PM Show Weekend Edition. Today's session with the one and only Mr. Fred Dryer, star of stage, screen, Ram football great, signed by the New York Giants for you New York fans. Played a year there as well. It was a great year. But he's back now behind the golden CRN microphone. Once again, here's Mr. Fred Dryer.
Thank you so much. Now, this mako shark that was caught off the coast of California here, right here in Orange County, to Huntington Beach. Makos are common off the coast of Southern California.
Mako, is that right? A makos?
Makos.
Makos.
Yes.
Juan Makos used to be the second baseman for the Pirates, but that's another story. Go ahead.
Yeah. This could be really. He could be
related. Could be related to Juan.
Anyway, they're considered a nursery. Southern California is considered a nursery ground for the young sharks. They tend to stay in open ocean and don't venture into the surf zone too much. But the males get up to about 600 pounds, and the females are huge. This one's 1323. 1,300 pounds. All certainly way over double the size of the male. But
But they're just saying that they stay out in open water. They don't come in close.
They don't come in close.
No, because their food supply is mackerel, which is out further in the ocean. They don't. There's no reason for them to come in, and they just said they're fascinating animals from the standpoint that it's very rare to catch a fish this big. It's like it's like a Chris Christie sighting in New Jersey.
There you have it, right off the coast.
I mean, it's really what it gets down to.
Is that what it is? It gets down to that?
Yeah.
1,300 pounds.
That's a big fish, but they got him. There's no threat to swimmers, so you can still go out there. I was in El Segundo when I was a kid.
Well, you got around all over Southern California. El Segundo. There's like a training camp for the Rams down there in El Segundo, wasn't it?
No, there wasn't.
Was it Long Beach? Is that where it was?
No, it's the Lakers are in El Segundo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Lakers there. I forgot.
They weren't then. I mean, when I was 16, 17 years old.
What'd you do in El Segundo?
Well, we're down there surfing. We'd get in my friend's pickup truck and we pile in the back and we get down there. And we got down there one day and we saw the Coast Guard boats telling people to stay out of the water because there was a shark sighting.
Did that stop you?
Yes. Yeah, of course it did. So we didn't go in. We didn't go in the water. We just kind of like stood around and looked.
Yeah.
We had we were down there watching what was going on, and then the bullhorn guy comes up to and just says, "Okay, you guys can come back in the water." Nobody went in the water for the rest of the day.
Do you suppose the sharks, when they're around there and they see you guys all standing around, it's kind of like us when we get a menu at a restaurant and we're looking to see what's the fresh seafood,
yes, exactly
and it says like swordfish or whatever. You think the sharks are there going like, "Hey, Fred Dryer, that might be good today."
The tall guy.
The tall. You think that's what they look at that?
Guy. We'll make the tall guy short.
Yeah, I found a place for you to live, and I think you and I should move because, get away from Southern California. We do the show out of Hollywood, and a friend of mine's moving, packing everything up, lived here for ages, lived here forever in Southern California, moving to just outside of Nashville, like 10 minutes outside, part of Nashville there, Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
She says beautiful, beautiful housing, homes and everything. And what sold her is, number one, it's a red state, so she likes that. She didn't have to worry about that. And she said she went to this restaurant, and they had a magazine there where you could sit around, and there's a magazine there called Porches and Guns magazine. And I just thought about you right away. You would probably subscribe to something called Porches and Guns.
And cigars.
That's the
trifecta. That's the trifecta of the lonely man.
Porches, guns, and cigars.
Yeah.
That's
Those three are guaranteed you no chicks.
That's it. Those three will do it, right?
That's it. That'd drive everybody down into Texas.
Clean your gun while you're sitting on the porch and smoke a cigar. You're done.
There's only one place that you could pick up chicks with that philosophy.
Where's
Arkansas.
that? Arkansas.
Bill Clinton proved it. He gaffed the thick-ankled feminist, and
the thick-ankle feminist.
Yeah, that's Hillary. Yeah, that's Hillary. Hillary Hank. I call her Hillary Hank.
Okay.
She's the third baseman for the girls' baseball team.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so anyway, Porches and this really is a magazine.
What an interesting.
Tomas, we got to get a copy of that.
Interesting. That's kind of interesting.
Porches and Guns magazine. Maybe they'll sponsor our show.
Let me just slip this in here,
please,
real quickly. Obama. He's what's really interesting is in the gun, I guess, scenario. Since the murder in Connecticut of the children, 28 people, you've heard every liberal politician harangue every Republican politician saying, "My God, now is the time to do something. What are you so afraid of? Do you actually think we're trying to take your guns away in the face of what just happened? How can you not pass the most simple, the most reasonable, the most demanding laws right now to get rid of all of these assault weapons and the clips and the guns and the rounds and all this stuff? Why do you think if you allow that and allow yourself to vote for that bill, that it's going to mean we're going after your guns? Well, I'll tell you what people don't talk about. Things like this. Here's the reason that there isn't one chance in hell where I would ever sign off on any bill whatsoever. I don't care if they machine gunned an entire town. I don't care. Here's exactly what the Obama administration has up its sleeve. While they're telling you, don't worry, we're not going after your guns, you've got Obama's administration close to signing an arms trade treaty that would turn all of the decision-making about guns in the Second Amendment over to foreign countries.
No,
to the UN.
Wait. What are you talking about?
To the UN. They would take the General Assembly would voted 153-4 to pass the Arms Trade Treaty with the United States, voting in favor and several countries abstaining. The vote in General Assembly pushed the treaty process towards the brink of putting the control of the Second Amendment into the hands of foreign countries.
You got to explain that. We got to take a quick break here. When we come back, you got to kind of walk us.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it off the wire right now.
Pulling it off the wire.
I'll get it for you guys and come back and I'll let you know what's going on.
PM Show Weekend Edition with the one and only Fred Dreyer. It's CRN Digital Talk Radio. Email Fred incoming at crni.net.
Hi, folks. Fred Dreyer here for Regenix. This September will mark my 7th year as a Regenix client. 7 years, and I could not be more satisfied. Why, you ask? Because they took the time to analyze, explain, and teach me what was specifically happening to my hair and scalp, and in doing so, gave me a reasonable expectation for positive results. If you have hair and scalp issues, there's only one place for you. Pick up the phone and dial 1-800-REGENIX or go to Regenix.com.
Try Fry Vineyards, the Mendocino County organic wine with no sulfites added from America's pioneering organic winery. Fry Wine, the first maker of certified biodynamic wines in the United States. At Fry Wines, our emphasis is on producing organic wine of the highest quality while caring for our planet and palate alike. Check out our website at frywine.com and join the Fry Vineyards Wine Club. You'll receive 20% off all orders and much more. Plus, you can check out our internet-only specials. And go to our crntalk.com website or the frywine.com website and check out Chef Piero's Recipe of the Week. Great biodynamic wines from Redwood Valley in Mendocino County, California. Fry Wines. Go to frywine.com. That's FREYWINE. Frywine.com. Check it out and enjoy great wines at your home tonight.
These days, everyone is looking for ways to save money. One idea is to get a free rate quote on your car insurance from Geico. You could save 15% or more. It's a wonderful way to save money. And after that, if you're still looking for ways to save, here's another handy tip. To save money on clothing, do like me. Just don't wear any. And you'll also save money on dry cleaning.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's the PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. The star of our show, football great, star of television, star of movies, star of stage, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thank you so much. Here's what I'm talking about. The Arms Trade Treaty is a... what happened here? Hold on just a second.
All right, we got the Arms Trade Treaty, which we have for you. What is this all about?
Yeah, the Arms Trade Treaty threatens the rights and privacy of American gun owners.
How?
Signatories will be encouraged to keep information on the end users of arms imported into their territory and supply each information to the exporting country. So it tracks all the movement in and out around the world, in and out of the country, in and out of around the states, of all of the weapons being used and registered.
So you have to register the weapons, and then it tracks where they
exporting nations, nearly all of which have civilian firearm control regimes far harsher than the United States,
right,
will be encouraged to take the firearm control laws of an importing country into account before approving the transfer of arms. And the treaty also encourages states to adopt domestic legislation to carry out the treaty's mandates.
So this is something that would be signed as an international treaty then that would affect...
Yes, it's a monumental stand for our national sovereignty and our constitutional rights. The AT&T threatens both of these things and should be fully rejected. Any treaty that would put the United States, the world's defender of peace and freedom, on equal footing with the world's worst dictatorships and terror sponsors ought to be condemned, dismissed, and ultimately denied our country's signature. They want our country to go along with this international treaty for gun monitoring. And if you do that, you sign away your sovereignty, and it goes against the Constitution.
So the Constitution says you have the right to bear arms, and here they're saying on an international treaty basis they want to check where these arms are going.
Yeah, I sincerely hope the administration will listen to the very real objections my colleagues from both parties in Congress share and rightly decide that joining the AT&T is not at all in America's interest. And
that was from Representative Kelly, right?
Yeah, and that is...
Mike Kelly, Republican, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Arms Trade Treaty.
Interesting. That's something to look up and follow
through. So all he has to do is just sign it, and United Nations General Assembly voted 153-4 to pass the Arms Trade Treaty, with the United States voting in favor and several countries abstaining. So the United States voted for it, along with the General Assembly.
But there's this letter that this guy, Representative Mike Kelly, sent out, signed by 130 members of Congress, including the Judiciary Committee Chairman, Bob Goodlatte, and Buck McKeon, the committee chairman. And it declares all signatories opposed to, quoting, both the ratification of the Arms Trade Treaty and any effort to treat it as internationally or domestically binding upon the United States.
Now here's my point in what I was discussing before the break.
Right.
How can you realistically ask people to come to any type of reason and joint decision about guns and about making yet another law about guns? We've got 265 gun laws on the books we don't even pay any attention to.
Correct.
And if we did, then everything, if we if upheld the existing laws, like you would in the border or anywhere else, you would address all the issues that these people are, that the left is demanding that the right go along with,
right,
based on these shootings here domestically. Well, as long as you're having this conversation, telling people that what are you Republicans worried about, and this stuff is going on behind your back, the intent is to take away your gun rights and take away your sovereignty. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to do treaties with international assemblies, United Nations General Assembly.
Do international treaties that then will go against whatever the Constitution is, and they'll get their way. Once again, it's just gonna get his way.
You double-breast the Constitution with international law,
right?
And that's what they're doing. And as long as they're doing that, you don't have. See, here's what's maddening. This is where we're talking about leadership. Why isn't Chris Christie or why isn't Paul Ryan or somebody like that standing up and reading this? I'm reading it,
right,
not that well, but I'm reading it, because I'm pulling little highlights off of it as I go. But I mean, why isn't somebody standing up and going on C-SPAN or going out on their local porch? And reading this locally,
and talking about
and just say, this is the reason why we're not going to listen to anything the left has to say about the Second Amendment. Here's what they're doing. That's what I mean by capturing the narrative and establishing the narrative on these subjects.
No leadership on the Republican side.
It's strictly, look, I understand what the left does, and I understand what Boll Weevils do. They eat cotton.
But that doesn't mean
they're
you have to let them alone. All right.
Can we do some sports coming back here? Can we talk about the DL?
Yeah.
Can we check the DL?
Yeah, there's all
Maybe
kinds.
get
The
Tommy up
buffet
here?
list is packed.
Can we get Tommy up here?
Yeah, we'll go through it. Just remember one thing as you go under the sunset today, folks. You'll never, ever, ever see a baseball player out of breath, and I stick to it.
Words of wisdom from the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer on CRN Digital Talk Radio. It's the PM Show Weekend Edition with Fred Dreyer. Straight ahead, we continue. Email Fred incoming at crni.net.
Attention business owners, if your company is having trouble paying its bills, there are many ways your creditors can hurt you. They start by calling you at work, then at home. Then they call other family members that guaranteed payment. They can sue you, take your assets, freeze your bank accounts, and threaten your very way of life. If you don't handle these matters properly, you could lose everything. The good news is that you don't have to live like this anymore. Corporate Turnaround has helped thousands of small business owners reduce their debts and buy them the time they needed to pay their creditors. Rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau, Corporate Turnaround will immediately go to work handling your most difficult debts and keep your creditors from putting you out of business. The call is free and so is our consultation. That's right, we'll provide you with expert advice right now absolutely for free as part of this special radio promotion. Visit us now at profitfromdebt.com or call 1-800-505-3894. 1-800-505-3894. 1-800-505-3894.
All right, Flo, so the key to safe pest removal is staying calm.
Okay.
Says here this lady's got a badger in her attic.
Oh, I love badgers. Oh, sorry. Calm. There he is! Come here, little buddy. I thought he wanted a hug.
Badgers don't really hug.
Not yet. Oh, Badger.
Insuring your business vehicles with Progressive is like having Flo on the road with you. Low down payments, great discounts, and flexible billing options. Now that's Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. United Financial Casualty Company and Affiliates.
Whether you're restoring a classic car, building a hot rod, or just bringing your daily driver back to like-new condition, Steel Rubber Products is your choice for quality automotive rubber parts and weather stripping. As one of the world's award-winning custom car and hot rod builders, Bodie Stroud prefers to work directly with Steel Rubber Products on his award-winning project cars and show vehicles. In addition, Steel Rubber works with top builders like Bodie to confirm the fit and function of its parts, as well as develop new products. So for rubber products that fit like the original, last a lifetime, and look like they should, you can't get a better product anywhere. If your dream ride sounds like this, contact Steel Rubber Products and enjoy a ride that sounds like this. Steel Rubber Products, a difference you can hear and quality you can see. Visit us on the web at www.steelrubber.com or call us at 800-447-0849. And remember, if you want the best, you want Steel Rubber Products.
Do you feel imprisoned by the back taxes you can't pay? Does it seem like you're shackled by the IRS or state tax agencies? Don't wait. Call the tax hotline at 1-800-965-7804. If you have $10,000 or more in back taxes, we will negotiate your tax debt down for far less than what you owe. Call 1-800-965-7804. That's 1-800-965-7804. 1-800-965-7804.
PM Show on CRN Digital Talk Radio, the weekend edition with the one and only star of our program, Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Okay, folks, last segment, and we usually pay homage to the great game of baseball. And,
yes, we do. It's the national pastime after Doubleday.
And believe me,
by the way, it's on
LA,
the DL.
In L.A., until the last couple of days, baseball has passed.
Yeah, and baseball has been sort of passive in Los Angeles. The Angels can't even beat the Houston Astros.
Did they lose 4?
4 in a row, and they lost to the Cubs last night.
Really?
Yeah, so they're the worst teams in baseball. They're not able to mount up. There's one problem, and I think they canceled tonight's game with the Angels due to lack of hitting. I think that's why thank you very much for that.
Wow.
So
they just went on strike, huh?
Yeah, so, and the Dodgers have not been doing much better, but they got this guy Puig, Puig, and he was in the minor leagues. And I don't know, Ned Coletti, the general manager, you mentioned was at Tracton's restaurant. He was having a daily double special.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers brought this guy up, and he started hitting home runs and stuff. Matt
He
Kemp
hit
looked at that and
two.
says, "What's that?" And they
He
said, "It's a
hit
home
two.
run." He had
well,
two
you know,
home runs.
you know
right?
who's really nervous?
Who is
whose
that?
underwear now is starting to stretch out a little bit.
Who's that?
That's Ethier.
Andre Ethier?
Yeah. Because if Matt Kemp comes back, and he will, and he'll probably start hitting a little bit. I'm not counting on
What's
it.
he on the DL? He's
But
on
you're
the
going to
DL
put
now.
Puig, whatever his name is. They're going to put Puig, Yasiel Puig, in right field, and what's his name? They're going to trade. They should trade Ethier.
And once they trade him, he'll do great.
I would. Of
He'll
course.
be wonderful once they
Yeah,
trade him.
good. Trade him someplace where trade him.
We can't Puig
Kansas
play
City.
third base or something for us. Although, what's his face is starting to hit the Uribe is near 300, or he was a few days ago. That's the most he's hit for the Dodgers in 3 years with his millions and millions of dollars.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a 297 average or something. Or he did.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not sold on that.
I'm not buying it.
I'm not either.
No, I'm not buying it.
Can he catch? The Dodgers need a catcher. Can they put Puig behind home plate? Or maybe Ethier? Strap on the gear?
Yeah, well, I'm going to see. This is great that Puig, has been introduced and has done well. We were root for him. But the other thing else is that no surgery plan for Beckett.
Now, there's is Beckett on the DL? He's a Dodger pitcher.
Yeah,
We love to look at the
15-day.
DL.
15 days. He's at the head of the buffet. But he was put on the DL, a strained groin. But he said he had experienced numbness in his pinky and ring fingers.
Oh, thank you.
Well, that's a.
Well, you scared me for a second. There was
What?
numbness in his pinky.
His pinky.
Okay, good, because you had Tomas and I looking at each other on that.
Well, of course, you two would look at each
Gotta
other.
be careful. Who was that, Beckett?
The drop of anything sexual.
His wife
you two
looked a
would
little
look at
nervous
one
too when
another.
you mentioned that. His numbness in his pinky.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
And
you earned it.
As well as his palm. So he has pinky, ring finger, palm problem. So if he could just soak
That's a
that
new one.
in some potato salad.
Is that what does it?
Potato
Did
salad.
Tommy tell you to do
snap
that?
Yeah. Let me tell you something about that potato salad. Let me tell you something. My mother, God bless her, used to wrap my feet in bacon. When I was a kid, because we had no shoes in the snow was up to my chin. And
Yes.
then when I got to the bus stop, I had to eat the bacon.
Yeah.
I had to eat the bacon because my feet were so damn frozen. Let me tell you something. They were so frozen, we used them for baseball bats. Thank you so much.
That's good. Thank you. All right, that's our show.
It is?
You missed anything?
That's it?
That's email Fred incoming at crni.net. We're here on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 Eastern, doing the show live. It plays throughout the weekend. So email Fred. Give him some questions and comments of what you want to talk about. Incoming at crni.net. Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. Final words from you, Fred?
It looks probably like the Heat in 6 or 7.
The Heat in 6 or 7?
Yeah, NBA.
The Heat in 6 or 7 for the NBA.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, I think so.
Go to Vegas on that.
Yeah, well, believe me, that's
Miss-
a good place to go.
Check us out at the web, crntalk.com.
Thanks so much, folks.
Which is most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman, Barry Farber, and so many more. Entertainment and lifestyle programming like The Robert Conrad Show, The What's Cooking Show, and The What's Cooking on Wine Show, all in true CRN HD audio. Sports, business, travel, food, wine, politics, there is something for everyone, and it's all available in CRN High Definition Sound. Log on to www.crntalk for listings and information on all your favorite shows. That's www.crntalk.com.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. In a move seen as defying Republicans in Congress, President Obama has announced UN Ambassador Susan Rice as his national security advisor.
She helped to build my foreign policy team and lead our diplomacy at the United Nations in my first term. I am absolutely thrilled that she'll be back at my side leading my national security team in my second term.
Rice, who's a central figure in the Benghazi controversy, will succeed the outgoing Tom Donilon. Dr. Steve Bucci of the Heritage Foundation says this appointment is payback, pure and simple.
Knowing the difficulty that she had because of the Benghazi affair and the misstatements that she made and the way that she dealt with it, doing this it's basically a sharp stick in the eye of Senate Republicans.
Also at SRNnews.com, fire officials in Philadelphia say one person is dead following the collapse of a building. 13 others were injured. The four-story building, which was being demolished, collapsed, sending debris onto a Salvation Army corner thrift store next door. Rescuers continue their search for other victims. Philadelphia Fire Commissioner Lloyd Ayers says rescuers want to make sure no one else is trapped inside the collapsed building.
We had 2 dogs search the sites, police dog at first and an urban search and rescue dog. We believe we have 2 areas that we will be concentrating on for our search.
In other news, the Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office says 8 of the 20 people killed during last Friday's tornadoes and subsequent flooding either drowned or probably drowned. The agency said that 1 person died of asphyxiation and 10 died as a result of blunt force trauma or head injuries. The cause of death was not yet determined for 1 victim. On Wall Street, the Dow by 217 points. The Nasdaq dropped 44, the S&P down by 22, and oil at $93.74 a barrel. This is SRN News.
Hi folks, Jay Farner here, president of Quicken Loans. We're thrilled to have helped over 125,000 homeowners save money by refinancing with HARP. But there are millions more of you who could be saving big money on your home loans by getting HARPed. With HARP, you may be able to refinance with Quicken Loans even if your home has lost value. For example, if you owe $300,000 on your mortgage, but your home's only worth $150,000, Quicken Loans may still be able to help you get HARPed and start saving. Or if your current mortgage is higher than 3.99%, give us a call today at 800-QUICKEN. And for 3 years in a row now, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Once again, if your current mortgage is higher than 3.99%, or if you owe more than your home is worth, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
For J.D. Power & Associates award information, visit jdpower.com. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Amnesty International has lambasted Mexico over its sluggish official response to the thousands of people who have disappeared during its tough 7-year drug war.
The Amnesty International report condemns Mexican authorities, stating the number of disappearances from December 2006 to the end of last year is a national scandal, a human rights crisis and a challenge, but adds that police and prosecutors who should be investigating with vigour often don't even bother to follow up on information supplied by the relatives of those who vanished. The official figure for the disappeared is more than 26,000, but the current government claims it's actually significantly fewer. For SRN News, I'm James Blears in Mexico City.
Attorney General Eric Holder and former President Bill Clinton have taken part in a ceremony marking the 50th anniversary of the killing of NAACP official Medgar Evers in Mississippi. Evers is buried at Arlington National Cemetery. This is SRN News. Many churches are already moving to sever ties with the Boy Scouts of America in the aftermath of the organization's decision to admit openly homosexual members. The Reverend Russell Moore, president of the Southern Baptist Convention's Ethics